Assalamu alaikum everybody. Alhamdulillah that we have this opportunity to discuss the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam once again. I think most of you who are listening, who have been taught the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam, were told that what happened was he claimed to be sick and was excused from going to a festival. His people left to the festival. He was left alone. Then he went to the temple and then broke the idols. That's the simple narrative that we're taught. I was taught the same thing. So it's a story that we just assume to be true. In this video, I plan on showing you that actually the plan of Ibrahim alayhi salam was much more sophisticated. I'll be showing you how Ibrahim alayhi salam managed to plan it all out and how he was able to access the temple and did what he did. Now, most of you might think that he broke the idols, and I've got this video. It goes through the two main ayat in the Quran that explain what I believe happened. And I use Quranic evidence. So this is the video. And if you haven't seen it, I recommend that you see this. But we're talking about how he managed to enter a highly protected and guarded temple. That's where their gods were. So they took very, very, very good care of them, and they protected them with their lives. We start off with the oath that he made, where he says, وَتَاللَّهِ لَأَكِيدَنَّ أَصْنَامَكُمْ بَعْدَ أَنْ تُوَلُّوا مُدْبِرِينَ. تُوَلُّوا مُدْبِرِينَ has been commonly understood that they left him to go to their festival. This is incorrect. First of all, there's no mention of festival. The most important thing, though, is تَوَلُّوا مُدْبِرِينَ does not mean just to leave him and go somewhere and then come back. Okay, it's very important to understand this point. Very important. Now the question is, why would they turn completely away from him? And in fact, it gave him the opportunity to go to the temple and do what he did. How did he manage to achieve that? That's mentioned in Surah As-Saaffat. It starts off, first of all, with a discussion. Quite a heated discussion. This is not in the beginning of the debates that he was having. This was towards the end. وَإِذْ قَالَ لِأَبِيهِ وَقَوْمِهِ مَاذَا تَعْبُدُونَ. When he said to his father and his people, what is it that you worship? أَإِفْكًا آلِهَةً دُونَ اللَّهِ تُرِيدُونَ. Is it these false gods other than Allah that you desire? فَمَا ظَنُّكُمْ بِرَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. What do you think of رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ, the Lord of the worlds? What do you think? Here he's bringing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala into the picture. So this is an attack against their gods. Then it says, and this is very important, it's been misunderstood actually. The ayah is فَنَظَرَ نَظْرَةً فِي النُّجُومِ. And the translation is, and he cast a look at the stars. So he just look at the stars and cast a look. Now the problem with this is that the word to look is ra'a. It wasn't ra'a an-nujum. In other places, in Surah Al-An'am, it says ra'a kawkaban. He saw a star. Nadhara is more related to investigate something. أَفَلَا يَنْظُرُونَ إِلَى الْإِبِلِ كَيْفَ خُلِقَتْ. Do they not see, but here the seeing is investigating. Do not see how that the camel was created. Okay, so nadhara has the meanings of to investigate. When you say nadhara fi, you are looking at something, you're investigating it, you're analyzing it. Now in Mesopotamia, stars were very important in determining one's fate and destiny. They used to actually go to the stars for guidance. Very interesting actually, the star signs that we know them today, the ones that some people rely on, they have confidence in those star signs. They actually came from Mesopotamia, and they were derived from their beliefs. The people of Mesopotamia was very similar, that the stars guided them. Sometimes based on the stars lining up, one was able to determine, are we going to have something good happening to us, something evil? So likely what happened was Nabi Ibrahim alayhi salam, it says he cast a look, but he investigated a particular interpretation of the star system and what it meant, and then used it for the plan. So likely the stars were indicative of something negative that's going to happen. Maybe a plague, something like that, a disease spreading. And so he saw a particular interpretation, فَنَظَرَ نَظْرَةً فِي النُّجُومِ, and then saw the nujum lined up in a certain way, and this is based on their own beliefs. فَقَالَ إِنِّي سَقِيمٌ. Notice here the actual emphasis. It wasn't أَنَا سَقِيمٌ, most certainly I am sick. Because it was based on authority. The stars were lining up. It's not something that is just somebody could lie about it, or somebody could be just saying it. No, the stars are saying it. So because the stars are saying it, it's true. And they believed when your gods forsake you, that bad things will happen to you. And they knew Ibrahim a.s. was constantly speaking against the idols in a very negative way. Ifkan, their lies. So that gave them even more reason to believe it.
He is cursed! Get away from him now!
And notice Ibrahim a.s. is going to their level. So it's similar to the way that he said هذا ربي to the star, to the sun and the moon. He went down to their level. And also when he said بل فعله كبيرهم, the biggest one of them did it. He went down to their level because the big one was supposed to protect the smaller ones. So over here, similarly, إني سقيم. This is what the stars are suggesting. When a person is believed to have a curse on him, that he's sick, that the gods have turned against him, what happens is people avoid him. فَقَالَ إِنِّي سَقِيمٌ فَتَوَلَّوْا عَنْهُ مُدْبِرِينَ. Straight away, they left him. They completely left him. Because they believed that being close to him, in the same vicinity as him, where the gods have turned against him, then there's a possibility that you could get affected. So what they used to do was completely turn away and keep their distance away from such people. And so Ibrahim a.s. was able to get the people away from him. And that helped him with his kaid, with his plan. And he did it in a very secretive way. He managed to get to the temple and did what he did. If you notice, the interpretations that I'm giving, Ibrahim a.s. is not lying. Like, he's saying things based on their own beliefs. When you're trying to convince somebody of something, you start talking to their level. And that's what he did. It's actually an educational method. And so Ibrahim a.s. did use that technique of going down to the level of the person he's discussing with. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum. If you would like to access our free courses and download our study material, you can register at QuranicArabicOnline.com to begin your journey to understanding the language of the Quran.